Hey, put your lighters up. Ganja and Joseph are in the house with another episode of Queening Out. That's right. This week we are doing the roast challenge on RuPaul's Drag Race. One of my favorites.
Was it actually your favorite after you got done?
Yes, I honestly thought I killed it.
But like even after the judges' critiques and everything, were you
You
like...
have to remember, everything's edited.
Yeah.
So like, honestly, people were laughing. Mm-hmm. I literally told a woman her vagina was dry. I told an old man his, hairline was receding. It was hilarious. People loved it. So I had no idea that it was going to be edited to be crickets.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew after the critiques, obviously, that I was going to be lip syncing, but I always feel like that's TV too. Yeah. So I still walked away being like, I smashed it. It wasn't until it aired and then everyone reacted the way they did that I was like, oh, people are boring.
But then
people
like
decided to be fun,
yes.
And they came around, and then the emoji pasta, went wild, which, by the way, you can get on my website, laganjaestranja.com, and, it became a thing, so I love that.
I think that was my favorite thing, and especially when I made you, during our first season,
yes, the dramatic read.
The dramatic read.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good one.
I think I'm just like a wine, the older I get, the better I get.
I like that.
Yeah.
White or red?
I was a white girl. When I was drinking, I preferred the white. I started off as like the Carlo Rossi giant jug red in college. But then red started giving me headaches. So I switched to white and I felt very like classy, rich white woman vibes. But as we know, I'm sober, no longer drinking. I think we're at 70 days.
Hey.
So I'm very, very pleased. And they do make a non-alcoholic white wine, which is basically just wine without alcohol. I mean, wine is made from grapes, so it is just grape juice. But it's delicious. I love it. A Sauvignon Blanc. What about you? What do you prefer?
I really am not a fan of wine. I have not.
Really? What about champagne? No champagne?
No. Literally.
Give you a headache?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so basically, my dad took my brother and I and Isaac probably like 2 years ago to the vineyards. And he was like, okay, this is my birthday present. Like, I want to like do this. My dad loves wine. And we went, and after all those wine tastings, I couldn't do anymore. I have not had a glass of wine in like since then.
Yeah, the wine tastings can be intense. I have a girlfriend, shout out to Kelly in San Francisco, who like is subscribed to many wineries, and they took me, and it's definitely a vibe. It's definitely fun, but it was a lot of red wine, so I wasn't super featuring it. So then the next time we went, they did a champagne tasting and I loved it. It does give me a headache, but I don't know. There's something about that crisp bubbly.
A little bubbly.
I love
a good bubbly.
Yeah.
Did you have a bubbly weekend?
I had a weekend. I was in Vegas for most of this week. I was at the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas, who I love and adore. They actually started celebrating Pride in Vegas in June. Now, traditionally, June is celebrated in Vegas in October because of the heat. But Virgin Hotels was like, no, we're going to celebrate Pride when it's Pride. So I went and supported a bunch of different artists. My friend Robin Slonina from Skin Wars did a live painting of Kahana Montrese. That was super fun. Then I had a drag brunch at Kasi Beach House, which was great. And then that night, Camden, Bosco, and Daya did their show for the girls, which is for the lesbians. So yeah, it was a good time. It was really, really hot, like 107 hot. Ooh. So needless to say, I stayed in my hotel room until I had to go to the event.
As you should have.
Caught up on some Z's, got to bring my dog. They are dog friendly, so we love that. And then, I drove back last night and had brunch this morning, hence the look I'm giving all of you. I did not have time to change after brunch, so you're getting the true Laganja today, which was also hot.
Yes.
But it is a cannabis brunch. I got medicated. I'm ready today. I'm ready to dive in and critique these girlies. Ooh, yes. What about you? How was your week?
Week was good. I had a meeting with Sugar and Spice.
Fun. That's right. You reached out to me about this.
Yes.
Okay.
I am producing their new show that is going to be dropping in September. It's called Two Brain Cells Left.
That sounds about right.
Yes. It's going to be a weekly talk show similar to the vibe of Delta, but I would say that it's more Amanda show feels. Like it's a little bit funnier, a little bit
like Amanda Bynes.
Yes. It's a little bit like more punchy, a little bit more, they're in their element. And
well, I hope they're going to give us old Amanda, because new Amanda is rough, mama.
No. Ooh.
I feel bad though. I love her. She was such an icon, and especially after watching Quiet on Set. Did you watch this? Yes. It like makes a lot of sense, like why she is where she is now. So shout out to Amanda Bynes. We love you. Yeah. Please get that face tattoo removed.
In the eyebrows.
And help us with, or let us know how we can help you with wigs.
Yeah. So we did that, and I heard that you are going to be helping them with some choreo.
Yes, that's right. The last time I saw them at the Posse Party, Sugar said she wants in on the action. For those of you who don't know, I choreographed Spice's video, It's Not My Fault. It's called You're Not Hot. And so I guess Sugar was like, look, I want to have a pop star fantasy. I want to get, if you can make my sister dance, you can make me dance. I was like, well, I don't know if that was dancing, but it was definitely movement in time and space.
Hey. Yeah, so we did that. And then yesterday I was so excited, but then my dreams were crushed.
No.
I am a big Survivor fan.
Oh, really? What are we on? Like season 24?
Girl, multiply it by 2.
44?
We're on, I think, 47 or 48
Oh
now.
My God, someone's making money.
Yeah, they're doing 2 a year. So I have been wanting to prep for this. I'm like, I want my
You want to go on Survivor?
Oh, 100%.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do.
Your gay ass is going to try to go on Survivor.
You know what? Let's try it.
Mama, do you even know how to start a fire?
I will learn if I get cast. I will say that.
Why do you want to go on the show? It's so evil. I don't feel like you're an evil person.
I can be.
No.
And so, okay, wait.
I don't buy that for a second.
We need to talk. So yesterday they had these things in LA and other states across the US. And it's
I love that LA as a state.
Yes, right? And so it's a full day competition. This one yesterday was called Survivor Drinking Game.
Survivor Prep, yeah.
18 people. We were all at a ranch in Laurel, like above Laurel Canyon.
You couldn't pay me.
And we were all competing. It was all these like weird Survivor type drinking games. We were in tribes of 2.
Now, wait a minute. They don't even drink on Survivor. Alcohol?
Yeah, they don't drink on Survivor, but this is like adding a little bit of a fun element to it.
This is some wild shit.
So I was with my team and I was like, you know what? I am going to fucking kill this. I won my team's first 2 challenges because it was puzzles. And nobody else could do puzzles. I am a fucking puzzle whiz.
Like word puzzles or like actual puzzle pieces?
Like making like a fucking turtle out of these weird little pieces, and they all had to connect. It was crazy. And then there was like this crazy tree one, and I did that, and I won.
And again, do they do puzzles on Survivor?
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I thought it was like go out and live in the wilderness and eat bugs and make tents and.
That's how it used to be.
Okay.
It's still similar to that, but they've added a lot more competition elements.
Interesting.
It's a lot more games.
I had a girlfriend, Anne, who loved it, and we watched like a couple episodes of her house. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
It is entertaining.
Yeah. It's a lot of backstabbing. I just don't see you doing this.
And that's what happened yesterday.
You got backstabbed or you did it?
No, here we go.
Uh-oh.
So I won them their first 2 challenges.
Okay.
They all came up to me, Joseph, you are the puzzle king.
They voted you out.
You are the puzzle king. The 3rd challenge we came around, we lost. I'm going around to these groups of people. We're figuring out who we're going to do. And I'm like, we're voting for this guy named Patrick. Sit down. We all vote. First name, Joseph. Then it was Patrick, and everybody else voted for Joseph.
Oh, Patty got you.
And you want to know what I did?
What did you do?
I stood up. I looked at all of them. And I said, y'all are some backstabbing hoes. I said, I hope every single challenge from now on is a fucking puzzle. And I walked out. I was like, no, we're not playing that.
Well, at least you gave him drama.
I did give him drama.
Or are like the casting coordinators there watching all of this?
Oh, yeah, they were filming some of it. I'm ready. I want to see this. I want to see this little scene of me popping off of them. Isaac was like, I can't wait to see this, because there was one video and they put it on their Instagram story, and I stood up after I was voted out, and you saw me like crook my head, and I was like, that's when I was about to talk, and they cut it, but I was like, oh.
I mean, I have no doubt you would give them drama, but like, are you really going to eat a worm?
I would.
Joseph.
I've eaten worse.
Well, so have I. Okay. Well, hey, if that is your dream, I support you. I will be Team Joseph for Survivor, but
Will I last
intense.
long? I don't know. I mean, if I get on, that's great and wonderful. Great TV for a few days.
True story. I used to want to do Ninja Warrior. I swear that I would be good at it. You know, I'm like nimble and.
I could see you doing the Traders.
Right?
Would you do the Traders?
Well, the Traders, again, it's about backstabbing and being mean. I don't really want to do that. That's why I don't like Drag Race. I don't love that vibe. I'd rather just like compete for my actual talent, like I did on So You Think You Can Dance, or it's like a reality show where it's you and a group of people and you're going to give drama that way.
Yeah.
But like where you have to backstab and all that, I just don't think I'd be good.
Okay, I just started this show. I put it on my Instagram story. I never thought that I would even I fell into it on Peacock. It's called Deb's House.
Okay.
And it's basically this lady and her name is Deb, and she is famous in the rap community for like being responsible for like Nicki Minaj and all these people.
Okay.
And she is known for finding and for doing this talent. This is the first time I have seen like a reality competition show that reminds me of the early 2000s.
Oh, I love those.
So she gets 8 girls. They're all living in a house trying to be like the next rap thing.
Okay.
Gold.
I'm in.
Gold. Literal
I used to love the
gold.
rap game. Did you ever watch that
Yes.
with like the youngins?
Yes.
That's where we got Miss Mulatto, who's now a huge star. So I like the rap. There was also one I think Nikki had or Cardi had on Netflix.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was like a rap vibe. So I'm on, you had me at rap.
It was so cool. Like literally that first episode, there was drama in the house. They went outside on the balcony and they were all, like, this is Deb's house. So they're like all on this beautiful balcony and it's snowing and it's beautiful. And this one girl just picks up a fucking snowball on the balcony and just chucks it at this other girl. And it starts a fight.
Bad
and
Girls
then
Club.
They are running through the house and slipping because they have ice all over their shoe. It is gold. Need to watch it. Peacock.
Do you watch any of the reality dating shows?
Like which ones?
Like all of them. Like Love is Blind, Too Hot to Handle.
Yes. Yes.
So did you ever watch Perfect Match?
No.
They just dropped a new season on Netflix. Girl, it's good.
Is it?
Yeah, I love trash dating shows.
Yes.
Like that's also something I would love to do. Like, cause I'm the loser that would go on and be like, I'm looking for love and like actually genuinely believe it. Have yet to see a trans dating show, so I think I got a couple more years to wait for that to happen. But yeah, it's just great. And one of my faves, Dom, is back. He won season 1. I actually was on his podcast. He's a super, super cool guy, very much an ally. So I am enjoying the new season.
See, we could just always just add one little reality TV component in these podcasts and just keep it going.
Yeah. Well, speaking of keeping it going, you told me this week we had a lot of people write in.
Yeah, a lot of people write in. You want to get to some
And they want us to keep going is what you told me.
Yes.
Wow,
100%.
I love it.
Let's get into these first emails. This is from Chris.
Okay.
Hello, Joseph and Laganja. My name is Chris, and I just wanted to write a quick email saying that I love seeing the two of you together and wish you both all the success in the world. Oh, sorry. My main reason for writing this email is that Laganja's hair this episode looks incredible.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a freshly colored, but the ombre is perfection. Whatever she's doing is absolutely working. Tell us your secrets, Laganja. Also, Joseph, you have the nicest skin I've ever seen. It's always so even and glowy. Are you just blessed or can you drop the skincare routine? I have to know. All the best, Chris.
Oh, thanks, Chris. That was so sweet. And yes, you clocked it. Last week, I did get my hair finally retouched. Girl, it had been months, literally like maybe 3 months. So I did. I finally got a touch up. And the main secret to red hair is don't wash it.
Hey.
I know that's gross, but they invented dry shampoo for a reason, which gives your hair a great texture and helps hold the curl. So that is my true trick, as I don't wash my hair often. To keep the color. And what about you? What's the skincare routine?
I am a big fan of a company called Oars and Alps.
Oh, I've never heard of this.
They have a charcoal face wash, and the charcoal face wash is actually like, it looks like a deodorant tube.
Sure.
So you like lift it up and do it in your face. I have a Thera body, kind of like the Theraguns, like the massage guns.
Yes.
They have a face one.
Oh.
And so it has red light, blue light.
Yes, you need that.
And it also has like, there are different attachments, and then it has the electrode type thing. And it also has a face wash one. So I just put the face wash on. I do that.
Is that like the little brush that rotates? Yeah, I love that.
And then I have like an under eye serum that they have.
Okay.
I do a morning serum with them. So it's
So you
basically
go
all
in.
them. I
You go in. You have a real routine.
I didn't used to.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't used to.
I hate those bitches that are like, I use soap and water. I'm like,
I'm
fuck
like, no,
off.
no.
It works for some.
Yeah.
Sometimes the more natural, the better. But I'm with you. I have 19 million things I do.
And then I'm always like, is it working? Like, you know, there's like a part
I
of me
do.
that's like,
I
is
do.
it?
Yeah.
I'm like, I think my skins look the same. But yeah, that's what I do.
Love it.
You ready for the next email?
Yeah, of course. Let me see who we've got over here. All right. This one is from John. It says, hello, Joseph and Laganja. Johnny here from sunny, hot Miami. Sorry in advance for the long email. I love it. You guys love to write us books.
Yeah.
Love that. I've been a huge fan of both of you for many years now. I have enjoyed Laganja since season 6, and I'm so happy for your journey of self-discovery and becoming the best version of yourself. And I have loved all your interview shows with Joseph. The way you show your love for the drag world shows in how you respect your guests, but also make the shows so entertaining for your viewers. I also love how successful you are in your career. I hope Wow Plus Presents gives you a show. That would be amazing. Well, if you don't know, I did have a show with them called Puff Puff Sessions. Definitely go and check that out. It was a great show. I really enjoyed doing that and would love to do it again. And then it says, I do just want to clarify something from your All Stars 9 episode 5 review.
Oh.
The whole thing with how the Southern culture is in Florida is a unique thing. Pretty much all of Florida until South Florida, which is Fort Lauderdale and Point South, is definitely Southern culture. You have the accent and everything. It's actually more prevalent as you go north in the state. South Florida is totally immersed in Latin culture. So the Gator Glades should have been more of a Latin-based accent. It would have been hilarious if Vanjie just did most of it in Spanish. Ooh, asking for that bilingual fish. That being said, I do have a couple questions for both of you. If you were ever invited to be a guest judge on any Drag Race franchise, what kind of challenge would you love to judge? For example, a rusical, girl groups, balls, acting challenge, etc. By the way, I loved your outfits in episode 5 review. Joseph looked like he was ready to hit up the club and party all night. So handsome. And I lived for Laganja's blue pattern dress. I am a blue fanatic, so it was so enjoyable for me to see. Always a beauty. Thank you for being amazing, both of you. Keep being fierce and fantabulous. Johnny from Miami. Love. So, if you had to guest judge a franchise, what kind of challenge would you want to see?
Ooh, I think if I had to guest judge a challenge, I think I would have to do a hosting challenge.
I think so too, yeah.
Like those interview ones.
Yeah.
I would love to be on the opposite side, like how they used to do. Do you remember, was it your season that did? Who did Chaz Bono?
I remember that, but I think I was eliminated by then. I think it could have been my season.
I like those.
But I remember.
Like,
okay.
I would love like a good...
You would be the person and they would sit
Yes.
down and talk with you.
Like how they did, I think it was like Mark Macklin, I think his name is. And then that's when Jessica Wilde did the acai berry.
Oh, I loved that one. That was a
those
classic.
I would love to judge.
Okay,
What
I
about
think
you?
you'd kill that. Well, obviously something dance related, so girl group would be fun. But my real dream is to go back as a choreographer, to choreograph the number, and then to be on the judges panel judging as a choreographer. That would be like the dream come true.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for those emails. If you want to send us a question, a comment, a concern, please email us at laganjos@gmail.com. That's LAGANJOES@gmail.com.
There's one more though.
Oh, we have another one?
Another one.
Okay.
Because it correlates to what you were saying when we started this conversation of people wanting to know what's going to happen after.
Okay. Give it to me. Lay it on me.
From Charlie. Hi, Joe and Miss Ganja. Sorry for writing you guys another novel to read. Laganja, first off, I want to say thank you because you're the reason I plan on starting doing drag.
Work.
I never used to be into drag, but have always been in theater and have wanted to perform. Then when you went on to All Stars 6, your lip sync to physical showed up on my For You page on TikTok.
Yes.
And I watched that lip sync at least 300 times. I was captivated and stayed up till 3 a.m. trying to recreate what you were doing.
Work.
Ever since then, I've gotten into Drag Race and into the drag world like crazy. And as soon as I move out, I finally plan on starting drag. So I want to thank you for inspiring me. Also, I love watching both of you. Every week, it's become a part of my weekly Drag Race content, and I love how comfortable and real it feels to watch you two. Thank you. So on that note, Joe, what do you see happening for you and for Ganja in the show in the future, such as when All Stars finishes? On a different note, Laganja, you said that you wouldn't go back to Drag Race, but is there any other reality TV shows you'd want to do? Because you need to be back on our TVs.
Love it.
My opinion is that once this All Stars ends, I think that we probably will continue. I would love to continue with you. If it's a little bit of a reality show we cover, if it's just us chitting and chatting, like,
yeah,
we can queen out about anything.
I think so too. You know, I think before we were like, oh, we got to find some format or something. But I feel like at the end of the day, you know, half the time, this is our only time we get to see each other. So we do have lots to talk about. And I think it could also just be like pop culture, what went on in this week and what queen got in a fight. And I don't even think it would have to be like every week we're going to talk about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I think it could just be open form, free form, a little versatile action. So yeah, I'm with you. I definitely want us to continue, and we feel all of your love out there. So thank you for supporting us. If you have ideas, drop them in the comments, email us, let us know what you'd want to see. But I think just a chit chat show we'd be great at.
Chit chat show.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was also like, maybe one day too, we can like get into like, there's no like drag morning shows. Like, I'm not meaning get up in the morning.
Okay,
girl.
I was like, now,
I'm not
girl.
meaning get up in the morning. No. I'm meaning like Delta's like, you know, your daytime show. Like very Delta. I'm talking about like a little bit fun.
Okay.
A little bit like out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe one day.
Okay. As long as we don't have to film it in the morning.
I would never film it in the morning. Ew, gross.
Brunch is already hard as it is, and that's noon.
Well, thank you guys for your emails.
Yes.
Once again, laganjos@gmail.com. We're going to take a break. When we get back, it's time to dive into this episode of All Stars 9, episode 6, The Roast.
And we are back with Queening Out, and now it is time to dive into this episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 9. Episode 5? 6?
I think it's 6.
Oh, episode
Yes.
6. Okay.
Episode 6, it's The Roast.
Yes.
We start off, there's a mini challenge. It's the straw poll. This is a big...
I was confused. These two boys came in and I thought they were going to do stripper pole moves. I didn't understand. Can you explain this to me? What is it? I didn't get it.
Poll as in like voting. The whole episode was themed around voting.
Oh, okay.
Not poll.
Right, like at the polls,
Yes,
you're going to go and place your ballot.
Yes.
Didn't get that correlation. I was very confused. I was like, wait a second. They're not going to stripper pole? Like, what's happening here? And then they were just there. They were just naked and there. I didn't really get how that tied in, but okay.
I just love bringing them in.
Right. And what was this mini challenge?
Rue would ask a question, and then they would have to guess.
Oh, pick the girl with the paddles.
Yes.
Okay, this was fun. Forgettable, but fun.
Yeah. There was no like really drama caused
No.
by it, except for the fact that people all said that Angeria was delusional.
She was bitter about that.
And
I would have picked Georges.
Yeah.
I feel like Georges is the most delusional, no? Or she's the most aloof.
Yeah. I was just wondering in my head, I was like, okay, so if everybody's saying Angeria is delusional, what are we not seeing on the camera?
Right.
Like, what are we not seeing in this edit?
Right.
Because I'm like,
Well, they said something about how she thinks she's going to win every week. So maybe that's it?
yeah.
I don't know. I just, delusional, I feel like is like believing your own grandeur. I don't know. I would have voted Georges.
Yeah.
Because I feel she's aloof, which is close to delusional, adjacent.
Well, she won the challenge, Georges.
She did the mini challenge? Oh, right. It was her and Miss Nina, and she got the question right.
And she got the badge because they decided to add a badge
That's right.
to a mini challenge.
They're spicing it up.
They're saying,
AKA they're story producing.
yes.
Yep.
Yes. They're like, well, we're going to start throwing these badges out.
Right.
They should start hiding them around the workroom.
Ooh, an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
I love that.
Like people just running around. Maybe they're in somebody's suitcase. Maybe they're scavenger hunt throughout the Drag Race studios.
In someone's tucking panty. Dirty pins.
So the main challenge is the roast.
That's right.
And I was kind of confused by this because they were trying to mix the roast into a political convention. And I was like, political
Well,
conventions
girl, they already had
don't-
strippers come out
Bro,
and
yeah,
not do
see?
a pole
Yeah.
dance. So, I mean...
I was like, I get it. You want people to vote. I get that aspect. But I was like, how are we
Oh,
diving
right. How
this
was
into-
that mini commercial where they're all like, you better vote, Gorge.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Hey, maybe it got one person to sign up.
Did it?
We should check the numbers.
We should check the polls.
So we end up, Georges gets to choose
That's right. Because
the
she
order
won the challenge.
of the roast. And this is something I never understand. I don't get why people get so up in arms about first and last. Because
You don't?
No, because to me it doesn't matter.
No, it does.
If you do good, you do good.
Fine, but the position, it does matter. And I thought she was nice. I'm like, I would have put Plastique first. Although she did good this week, but it's like, I don't know. I thought like she could have messed some people up. And Nina being like, oh, I don't want to go last. I was like, I'm not buying this.
Yeah, no.
Not buying this. You're comfortable.
And then when she was like, I don't want to be mean, I was like, No, be mean.
Right. I mean, I can understand that because I feel similarly, but I was like, come on, Nina. Like, of course you and Chanel are opening and closing. Y'all are the OGs. Like, it just makes more sense to me that that's what you would do. I thought it was fair.
Fair placement. We had Chanel, then Georges, then Plastique Tiara, Roxy Andrews, Vanjie, Angeria, GottMik, and Nina West closing it out. They all practice their little routines with Miss Ruta Lee.
Which was iconic.
It was so iconic.
Yeah, I know the youngins out there didn't know who she was, but I definitely did. And I was like, wow, that's pretty legendary they got her on the show. I would have gagged personally.
And I was just thinking about it too, like to have such a big career back in the day and then to be called for this, I bet she was like, oh my goodness, this is the coolest thing.
Yeah, well,
like,
she said she identifies as a queen, so I loved it.
She gave great advice. Michelle was also there giving the advice. And then we get into...
LOL. She gave great advice and Michelle was also there. The shade. Dun, dun, dun.
They get into the roast and Bob the drag queen comes out.
Yes.
And Bob the drag queen does his jokes. Could have been funnier. Just me.
I feel like it was edited. It was so short. I was like, this is edited. But notice how they keep giving cameos to like people who don't really need the cameos. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Let's give some cameos to some other girls. Like me.
You could have come out and just redone your routine.
It would have been hilarious. Hey. The kids would have gone up. But no, Bob looked great. I loved the denim outfit. So cool. And I thought she was funny. I just thought like, oh, this is definitely edited down. Because there's no way she went out there and did those 3 jokes and that was it.
I wouldn't, yeah.
No.
There had to have been more.
Yes.
First up, we had Chanel. I thought Chanel did okay.
Yeah, she was good. The outfit was unique. Like I liked the outfit, but I was like, this is definitely not correlating with the whole America.
She was very professional. I think she gives off this very professional vibe. She always is ready. She always can do it. I just think that she needs to push just a tad bit more to be able to come out of that comfort zone of what she knows.
Right.
Because she does what she knows extremely well.
Agreed.
But I think she just needs to push a little bit further to get that badge.
Yeah, she didn't pop off the page like some of the others. But I agree. I thought she was good. You can tell she's very confident on the mic. I think the way she presents herself is great. I thought the jokes were funny. But it was safe. Yeah, it was safe.
Georges comes out as her... taking the masculine energy that RuPaul said that she wanted last time, that butch energy with the little mustache.
I was not buying the butchness at all.
And then she opened the mouth and then it was, that was the gag.
But it like when she was in the workroom explaining it, like it was like, oh, that's going to be funny. And then like, I just didn't really feel like she committed to the character. She was Georges in a mustache, you know? And I felt like, obviously, that's all she needed to do to please the judges because she listened to the critiques. But I felt like she could have really delved
into
who knows, the character more. Like I just felt like she wasn't really giving mask, and it's like I think in order for that like gay voice to work, she needed to give more mask energy. You know, like I wish there was more of a contrast. But I did think she did good. I thought her stand-up was great. I just wasn't buying the whole arc of the story of, we want you to be masculine now. She's masculine now. We're happy. I was like, okay, this all seems staged.
Guess it was. Most likely.
Yeah.
I think that she did good. I thought that she was one of the higher ones as in jokes. I thought some of her jokes were a little bit funnier than others. And I thought that she did a good job. Next up, we had Plastique Tiara, who came out and said that she basically was like an anime, thought she was going to an anime convention. It's the wrong convention. I loved her look. I did not really find her jokes funny.
I didn't either, and I was so blown away that she just got like such rave reviews.
Same.
I mean, she was funny. The jokes were there, but like she wasn't a character at all. Like it was Plastique with a cigarette.
Yeah.
And again, it was like same thing with Georges. It's just like I wish they would have committed more to the characters because I think then they really would have been more successful. It just felt like it was like, well, we did something. There's an affectation to our look, to our props, but we're not really ultimately giving you a character. And yeah, I didn't think the joke landed with her like walking into the convention and being like, oh, I'm in the wrong convention. Like I felt like she needed to come in like screaming like kawaii or like doing something from an anime show and quoting it or like, I just didn't feel the character development was there for really either of them. But I do think the jokes were there. And as far as a roast goes, they roasted the girls.
Yes. I think that Plastique would have benefited more, like you said, if she were to tap into that anime side, because she is going to anime conventions. So her jokes should have been, a few of them should have at least made punches to certain things in anime.
I love that idea.
Because then it would have made sense. I would have been like, oh, okay, now this character correlates to everything.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like we saw the character for 10 seconds and then it just switched.
She just
back
smoked
to
a cigarette through
Yeah.
it. Which also I was like,
why is the cigarette?
I didn't get it. Yeah, it was weird.
Next up, we had Roxy Andrews, and I was so glad she did not do Tasha Salad.
Yes, she looked gorgeous.
Or head of lettuce, as you would say.
To me, shut up. I'm never gonna live that one down. I loved her outfit. Favorite outfit. I felt like that was the most, iconic Americana vibration going with the poles. I thought she looked the part for sure.
Her jokes were okay.
Yeah, I don't really remember them, so they've got to. No one bombed to me though.
Yeah, no one bombed.
But I can't pick anything out, so it must have just been okay.
Vanjie comes out, and let me tell you, were all the jokes funny? No,
but she's just so funny.
I have never laughed harder in a roast than when she said,
"Georges is so little and so cute. After she give her man head, he like to burp her."
That was great. It was great.
Hysterically laughing. I was like, that was the best joke of the night.
And she just has that charisma, like even the judge said, like the way you were throwing that red hair around, like, and you can tell she's just very off the cuff. She works with the energy in the room, the way she paraded out in front of the like little podium. And yeah, I bought it completely.
Same.
I thought she was great.
That joke had me dying.
That was funny.
Like, these aren't the same like Yo Mama type jokes or anything like this. Or like, next up we had Angeria.
She did good.
Oh, she did great.
She did good. I also thought she looked good.
Yeah.
White and gold. I think that's very classic America vibes. And yeah, I felt like a lot of pressure was on her this week to prove herself. And I felt like she rose to the challenge.
She did. And I think what Michelle said to her about like, you need to snap back into it, I think was needed.
Yeah. We all need to hear that.
And I think too, when all the girls vote you delusional, you probably really needed to hear that.
Probably, yeah.
Next up is the controversy this week.
Oh, really? There's controversy this week.
You don't know about GottMik?
I don't. Can't wait. Tell me the tea. You always got the tea for me. I love it.
GottMik was called out. She stole all of her jokes.
I saw it. Eliza Dushkus. What's
Nikki
her
Glazer.
name? Oh, Nikki Glazer.
I do not want to badmouth you since God already did. No.
I am not going to stand up here and badmouth you because clearly God already has.
I want to thank you so much for fighting the war against terrorism and subtlety.
You are consistently fighting the war on homophobia and subtlety, clearly.
May is insane. Like, if you look at it, it's just like model, actor, singer, you name it, she's it.
Influencer, dancer, actor, you name it, she's fucked it.
Will and Grace was really the best you could do. It just...
And girl, for real, your run in Hairspray was truly the best you could do.
She was called out for it.
But do we really think she actually stole them, or do we think
she
it was
said it on Twitter?
She did?
She basically said, I know that you guys are all coming for me now. Nikki Glazer, I really look up to her. It's one thing to repurpose somebody's material. And I was like...
Okay, so she owned it.
She owned it.
Good.
And I know that a lot of girls do not write their own jokes.
No.
They get things written by like Jackie Beat or Bob or Bianca. Like I know that they
Ben de la Creme.
Yeah, and I know that... So I understand that. I think that though... Kind of like you said, if she wanted to use those jokes or repurpose them, there's a difference in repurposing or just using, in my opinion. So,
but I felt like she did change them a little bit, like the Nina joke about the musical theater. Like that was changed slightly.
Just some words.
Yeah. It didn't bother me. I feel like nothing's original these days. It's all in how you do it and present it. And ultimately, I thought GottMik was just okay. Mm-hmm. So... Yeah. Either way, I'm like, whether she stole them or not, it wasn't a home run,
great,
you know?
So, yeah.
But I am glad she said gangbang. That was funny. I agreed with her. I was like, yeah, you should say it anyway. Like, what? Come on. That was hilarious.
I just feel like Michelle sometimes has like these
she
moments
has to find
where
something.
she's like, I wouldn't use that.
Yeah, she has
and
to
then
find
it's
something.
Like, when they were talking, who did the joke about Leah Remini being hiding from Scientology?
I think that was GottMik. No?
Was it?
And the pussy of her? I think
That
it
was
was.
hilarious.
Because
That
she
was
talked
funny.
about Glee gangbanging Glee, and then I think that came
was
following.
good.
Yeah.
And Nina West closed it all out.
Oof, that wig. Rough.
The wig was rough.
Rough.
I thought that Nina did a good job closing the show. I thought
did.
that her jokes were, she tried to really go through for the jugular.
She did.
I don't think that they were as funny as some of the others, but I
Yeah.
thought that they gave the punch that needed to happen in
Yeah.
the roast.
She was a good closer for sure.
We get to the runway.
Yes.
The runway is...
We had some good looks, baby.
Atomic Blonde.
Yeah.
Which I was wondering if it actually was like Apocalyptic Blonde.
Apocalyptic.
I wonder if they like changed the name last minute because I was like, this is more apocalyptic than
Apocalyptic.
atomic. What's atomic? Atomic to me doesn't scream apocalyptic.
It doesn't? I think it's the same thing.
Do you?
Like the atomic bomb, and think about the aftermath. That's Apocalyptic. No?
It's apocalyptic. Where's the...
Wasn't that a thing in Drag Race? Someone couldn't say apocalyptic? It was like one of the original seasons, no?
Apocalyptic, yes.
Was it Le Champion?
Post-apocalyptic. Post-apocalyptic. And I don't know what that means.
Well, first up, we had Chanel and
No.
her. I love the mug.
Mug is amazing as always.
I think the hair is great, but this reminds me of when they all had to go and do the apocalyptic in the trash cans.
When they were
outside.
zombies?
Yes.
Yeah, me
that's what
too.
it reminds me of.
I mean, of the two, because later Angeria is going to do something similar, and I thought it was even worse.
Yeah.
So I think this was the better of the two, but overall, it was just not for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Georges comes out in her Chromatica Mad Max silver metallic pink. I thought that it was great. It
Incredible. Her best look yet. She had
Did the fire, little
sparks.
sparks.
That is atomic blonde hair. I mean, the body, the shoes. It's a home run. She killed it.
I think that it also got away from that dull vibes of like apocalyptic, like the greens and the browns.
Right.
And like,
This was giving atomic blonde.
Yes.
Yeah. It was giving futuristic. It was giving Gem and the Holograms. It was giving Barbarella. I loved it. I thought it was a home run. Loved the look. I would totally wear that.
Plastique comes out with are these like mufflers? Is it like
They call them straws, and I definitely see that for sure. I mean, I like it. I thought the makeup was incredible.
The makeup was great.
The makeup reveal was everything. She's got the little bunny ears. She's definitely going for the anime vibe, and the hair, which I think is cool. Again, not really my style, but
Yeah.
I think it works for her great. I liked the look. I wasn't totally in love, if I'm being quite honest. Like, I just thought those back straws
were a little...
I don't know. It didn't sell it to me for some reason. I like the shape. I like the drama, but I think one of the first comments they said was something about straws, and I just couldn't unsee it. I was like, yeah, it just looks like she's got straws on her back.
She should have come out and just said, I'm now against plastic straws. This is for the metal straws, people.
It was giving the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I wasn't too big of a fan of it. I think that this was also kind of similar to her look she did last week with the Chromatica-esque little...
No, that was amazing.
It was still silver. What I'm saying is like the vibes.
The vibes are
very
similar.
similar.
Yeah.
I think that Plastique's drag is amazing. I think
I
that
do
she
too.
always can kill it. Her
Yeah.
makeup's always on point. Hair, the outfits. However, I do think the vibe is a very similar vibe across the board.
Okay.
we're
Little
kind
one
of in the
note for you.
sci-fi vibe. We're always
Sure.
kind of in
Anime.
yes, it's
Right.
always like that similar vibe. So I think that I would love like one time just to see her come out and like pageant type drag or something.
But to combat that, I will say, one of the things I think that makes a queen successful is their like markability. And I think like when you look at someone like Bianca or Alaska or even Trixie, they don't change their look.
That's true.
It's one note. They stick to it. People know it. They recognize it anywhere. Alaska is the big blonde teased hair. Trixie's the crazy makeup. Bianca's just the old drag, So it's like, I think having like an iconic, recognizable thing, like I always wish sometimes that I only ever wore pot and green. I think it would have been smarter. I think but I'm an artist. I get bored with that. I want to change up the look. I want to give you different vibes. I'm like you. I want to see versatility. I want to see you one week coming out like Atomic Blonde and then the next week coming out like a Swamp Thing. Like I want to see where you can change it up.
Yeah.
But from what I've learned from the show, the most successful queens are the ones who are instantly recognizable from their look.
That's true.
So I think it's smart of Plastique. She's branding herself. She's creating a vibe, But yeah, for me, this one was good. Not my favorite.
Well, next up, we had Roxy Andrews as Kesha from We Are Who We Are era. I was not a fan of this. I was not a fan of this. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, me either, unfortunately. I keep wanting to root for her and be like, she's turning it. And it's like, I can feel like I could see this at her club, Southern Nights. Like, I feel like, yes, it would work so well. But I just think for this television show, you really got to bring it. And it's like, it was basically a piece of fabric with chains and some fur accents. It just didn't feel fully there. I loved the raccoon on her head. I know the vegans were freaking out, but I loved the raccoon on her head. I thought the makeup was super cool. I liked the sexy vibe, but it just didn't go to this like all stars blow my mind space.
Yeah. And she also does what's that dress called? It's like the little drape that she does. She does it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's her look. That's what I mean. It works for a Wednesday or a Thursday night at your nightclub, but like on this national television show, I just think you got to be bringing us different silhouettes, bigger gags. Like I would have rather her come out like fully naked, wrapped in chains, or like, I don't know. I just feel like there's so much more she could have done. It felt very safe.
Yeah. Kesha.
Oh my God, that's so funny, that reference.
Miss Vanessa Vanjie, and I have no idea what this was.
I don't either, but I love it. I really do. I think it's super cool. I'm just happy it's something different. It's a new silhouette on her. I love the hair. I mean, is it giving me apocalyptic? No, but it's giving me cool and interesting and unique and fashion, and I liked it. You hated it?
I didn't hate it.
Okay.
I think that it was very creative. To me, I couldn't put the prompt together.
Yeah.
Like I thought that it was a good look on her. I thought that it looked great. It was something different. It also reminded me of her, the first look she did when she got voted off, when she did like the pink and
the flowers.
It was the same colors.
Same palette.
So to me, it was like, okay, that like gave me a little reminiscence of it. I thought it looked great. I just didn't understand how it went with the prompt.
I don't think it did. She was blonde. She was like, oh, this will work. I'm blonde in this one. But I liked it. It was cool. I'd wear it.
Angeria Paris Van Michaels.
Yeah, it was a no for me. Like the hair is like, I don't know. I didn't like it. Love her. See where she wanted to go with it, but I don't think it's doing anything for her. All these muted tones, it's like all blending in. It's hard to see her body shape, the fishnets and the spiky heels and the this and the, it's like a little, the tulle on the side. Like, I don't know. I think it could have been pared down. I think if we'd lost the tulle on the side and just stuck with these mossy things up top and then went with like a nice thigh high and a same green color and then a different hair for me. I don't know. I didn't love that hair with the spikes in the front.
I thought that the hair could have worked if the bottom was different. And I feel like the bottom could have worked if the hair was different.
Or you mean the outfit bottom?
The outfit bottom. Like, I feel like this is a different vibe. Like,
I felt like there needed to be twigs up in the hair or like something.
Because the rest is dirty.
That's what I mean.
It's like the top is too clean.
Well, and then these spikes, I don't know. It was not my favorite.
Also, were those like cattail? What are the tails? Like the little, it looks like a little rabbit. You remember you used to have fox? There was a lot of tails.
A tail of two titties.
Next up, we had GottMik in
Michael Schmidt. He called it out. I was like, that's interesting. We're giving this designer a name drop. Yeah. I liked it. I don't love it.
I was the same way. And I think
it's fashion. She looks amazing. The prosthetic is super cool. I love the metallic in the dress, but I don't know. I wasn't fully like Georges's. When she turned the corner, I was like, that's Atomic Blonde. I don't know that was giving me Atomic Blonde.
I did think that the breast prosthetic was actually really fucking great.
It was.
I was like, I couldn't tell where it started, where it ended. Yeah. I was like,
it was applied amazingly.
I don't think I was really a fan of it. Like, it just kind of,
it's a cool dress. I think for a red carpet moment, absolutely. But I just think there could have been more creativity. You know, I get that the outfit was distressed, which was giving it the Atomic era, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It wasn't my fave.
Nina West, I have no idea what this was.
I didn't care. I loved it.
What is this?
I don't know, but she looks great. I totally bought it. The mushroom cloud hair. It's like a spaceship or a bomb or a bug or a bee. I don't know what it is, but I was like, work, Nina. And the mug was sickening. The mug was sitting. You know, anytime Nina has like a moment that's good in fashion, I'm like, we just got to give it to her. We got to give it to her because, you know, sometimes the looks be rough, but I thought this was very put together. The stones, everything. It was an all-stars look, but you're right. I don't know what it is.
I just didn't know what it was. I thought that it did fit the prompt in a way.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know what it actually was.
She said like 1950s, like maybe like a...
Like an actual atomic bomb?
Right. Or like a what's the thing that you go down into? I'm thinking of this movie, The Bunker, and they get locked in the bunker. And then they come out and everyone's progressed and they're old. You know what I'm talking about in this movie? And it's with that guy who stopped doing Hollywood stuff, Brandon Fraser. And Sissy Spacek is the mother. And they get locked in the basement. I don't know. It was giving very that vibe.
Okay. So how did you feel overall about these looks? Better than last week? The reveals?
Oh, much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So we get to our winners. The top two this week
Plastique
were Plastique and Angeria.
Right.
I don't understand one of them.
I don't understand Plastique either, but they were really pushing that storyline on us.
I was very baffled and confused. A lot of Plastique fans thought that she should have actually won everything. Plastique fans go hard.
Yeah.
They love her. I just didn't see... I thought that there were some people that were funnier than her.
Who?
I think, in all honesty, I think that it should have probably been Vanjie or Georges in my head.
Okay. Yeah. I loved Vanjie's. I thought hers
Yeah.
was hilarious. So I definitely... And I liked her runway look too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Georges had the most amazing runway look to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have given it to Georges. Even though I didn't think she was fully invested in her character. She was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they get to the lip sync. This is my favorite song.
Remind me what it was?
Be My Lover.
Oh yeah, be my, that's a cute one.
Wanna be. I was so excited. I was like, this is my vibe of music. 90s dance music is my thing.
Okay.
Love it. And so when this came on, I was so excited to see this lip sync. And the moment happened again.
What, where they cut it weird?
When the rap happened, Plastique did not know the words and just pointed at Angeria to do the rap. And
Oh, well, it was a guy's rap. I wouldn't have done that part either.
yeah, but she didn't know the rap last week to Nicki Minaj.
Well, that's fine. I would have been like, yeah, that's the guy's part. You take that, dude. No, I'm not doing that. And my own songs, when I have like male rapper, I don't lip sync that. Absolutely not.
She should have kept it on, please.
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember the lip sync, so I'm going to have to go ahead and say for me, it wasn't memorable. I feel like I remember Plastique being sexy and Angeria really capturing more of the essence of the
Yes,
song.
you're right.
And she won, right? And I thought that that was like a correct decision, but I don't remember being like, but I don't love the song like you either. So I was just very like, okay.
I was like, la da da dee da 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 da.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
were feeling it.
yes. Yeah.
I was
feeling
like, these song choices, bizarre.
they're very interesting song
Yeah.
choices, but I feel like they all have like a place in RuPaul's heart at some point.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
That's how I feel. Like if there's ever a song that I'm like, why did they choose this?
Ru loves
I'm
it.
like, it probably was like on a Ru list somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
Angeria wins.
Yep, finally her time to get her snipping revenge.
And she goes, Roxy, time for you to go down again.
Yeah. I really wish she'd gone behind them and done the like, I don't know where I'm standing.
She
I think that would have been
should have
so
done
funny.
that.
But yeah, she got her back.
She got her back. And then the preview for the next episode, Roxy was mad.
Was she?
Yeah, she looked mad.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm like, girl, you did it to her.
Well, it's good. I love the drama.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's mad.
We need a little drama.
Yes, we do.
But there apparently, what people are saying on the intranet is that there apparently is more drama there, but it's not being shown, which
Okay.
is why they were saying Angeria is delusional. There's something behind there that I guess has been happening. Also, if you remember, Georges a week or two ago cried on the runway.
I thought that was for a joke.
No, apparently it was real, and there was some other stuff that was happening when she was like, I just want to make you proud, RuPaul, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that clip. Okay.
So apparently there was some other stuff going on, which would make more sense to why she was crying, but that, you know, it wasn't shown, I guess, to make it a little bit more happy and perky.
Well, that's good. I think that's good, actually. A lot of times with this show, you know, I want the drama, and then we get the drama, and I'm like, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's a happy balance. You know, I guess I just wish there was more personality. Mm-hmm. I feel like when they're in the workroom together, there isn't like enough banter. You know, like
feel that.
sometimes like I feel them doing it, but ultimately, like, I think casting wise, that's something we're lacking. Like, again, I just always think of my season. You know, you put Bianca's old ass with my young ass and you're gonna get natural conflict. I feel like that's what's missing. You know, I feel like these girls are definitely all trying to get along. I feel like there's no one like with real strong opinions and they're like even Roxy, I thought she was going to go in and be more sassy. I mean, that was a question during the poll, right? Who's the most shady? And everyone voted her, but like, has she been shady yet? No. So yeah, I wish there was a little bit more of that. But overall, like the fighting, like I don't miss that. Like when it gets to be gang mentality on one person, a la me season 6, I don't like that. I don't think that's fun. But I do like sassy banter. That is what most drag queens do with one another backstage. So I wish we could see a bit more of that. I think that would add like a spice to the show. But overall, I think, yeah, editing it to be happy, there's nothing wrong with that. We need more happy stuff. We have enough mean people on TV. On Survivor.
I just wish that, and I said this before, I just wish that the judges they would show the more negative things just a little bit.
Sure.
I mean,
or critique. It doesn't even have to be negative.
It doesn't have to.
Just like how we're critiquing.
Yeah.
I don't think we're being mean. I mean, I did say Nina's looks are not very good, but facts are facts, America. She knows it too. She owns it, which is why I love that about her. Because I would do the same thing. If I, like my lizard look, I know it's horrible. I recognize that now. I can own that, you know? Not every look's going to be a winner. But yeah, there just doesn't seem to be any real critique there.
I want mean Michelle back. Like, and what I mean by that is like the critiquing Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle has kind of fallen. So I saw this interview Michelle did like during probably around 6 or 7. So it was around your time. And she was like, I was cast on the show to be the bitch.
Right,
and she was like, I'm here to be opposite, like Rue's polar opposite. But I think she's become more of Rue now to where there isn't a polar opposite. So then you have Carson and Ross, who are always going to be positive.
Right.
You have Michelle who's positive, the guest judge who's going to be positive, and then Rue that's positive. So it's like, it's great that things are positive, but I do think that constructive criticism could also help a lot as well. And if it's
and
given,
not
I
just
want
like, we want you to be butch and then they're butch.
Yeah. No, not that.
Come on, real critiques.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
All right. Well, next week we have episode 7.
Do we know what it's going to be? Did they give us a teaser?
They did.
Okay, what is it?
It is an acting challenge with RuPaul herself.
Oh, that's intimidating.
Wow. I hope it's one of those slapping ones.
Oh, I do love those. I do
always great.
love those. Yes.
I think they should like recreate Star Booty or something.
Oh my God, iconic. That was when I really fell in love with RuPaul.
Yeah.
It should be something. That was a great era.
I also like miss I know that they did it like a few times back, but like I miss like the music videos at the very end. Like when season 6, it was like the walking on the treadmill and stuff. Like, and the
that
fans,
one was cool.
I love that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I want some more of those little things peppered in.
I know. We really did used to have great challenges. Do you remember the one from my season 2 where we had to jump off into RuPaul's hip pads and take the photo in the air? And like the underwater challenge.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I wish they would bring some of those back. Those ones were good.
Oh, also the squirrel thing. Remember last week? It's this trans
Did
squirrel.
you get?
I tried so hard to find it. I could not find it, but it is real.
Okay.
I did find a whole forum about it.
Okay. And I was there.
You were there. Wow. It happened during the Snatch Game episode. That was the mini challenge for the Snatch Game.
That is so bizarre. So they just cut the trans squirrel, or they cut
the whole mini challenge.
Wow.
So it was basically like making a squirrel as a toy or something. You had to do something with that. But
I have no recollection, but I believe you.
If you all have that clip, send it to us.
Find it for us.
Send it to us. And a lot of people, as we were ending this, did want to see us live react with them to that episode that is now gone.
Oh, I want to do that.
Yeah, we
I'm
so need
so
to do
down.
that.
Yeah,
So gonna do that.
To the one where the guy is mad with Jocelyn Fox. I'm so in. I'm game.
Yeah, so maybe once this finale happens of this All Stars, that's gonna be our next thing to do.
Okay, I love it.
All right.
Like we'll do like a YouTube live
Yes.
vibe? Okay, fun.
Feeling that.
I'm into that.
People can join, people can watch.
Yeah.
And see what the drama was about.
I'm down.
All right, guys. Well, I'm Joseph Shepard.
I'm Laganja Estranja.
And thanks so much for tuning in to
Queening Out. See you next week, buds.